Once upon a time, in a town called Louisville, Kentucky, there lived a little boy named Cassius Clay. He was born on January 17, 1942. He lived with his family in a small house. His father painted signs, and his mother worked hard at home. One day, when Cassius was 12 years old, something bad happened. Someone stole his new bicycle. He was very angry. He told a police officer named Joe Martin that he wanted to beat up the thief. But the police officer said, "If you want to fight, you should learn to box first." Cassius liked that idea. He started going to the boxing gym every day. He trained hard. He ran fast, jumped rope, and punched the heavy bag. He was fast and strong. He had great confidence and always said he would be the greatest boxer in the world. Cassius won many fights as a teenager. He became famous in his city. When he was 18, he went to the Olympics in Rome, Italy. He won a gold medal for the United States in boxing. Everyone in America saw his smiling face on TV. He was proud, but when he came home, he still faced racism. Some restaurants would not serve him because he was black. After the Olympics, Cassius became a professional boxer. He was quick and clever. He moved like no other fighter. He said, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." He talked before fights and made people laugh. Some loved him, some did not, but everyone watched him. In 1964, Cassius Clay fought Sonny Liston. Sonny was big and strong. Many people thought Sonny would win. But Cassius was too fast. He hit Sonny many times. Sonny did not come out for the next round. Cassius Clay was the new heavyweight champion of the world. After the fight, Cassius said something surprising. He had become a Muslim. He joined a group called the Nation of Islam. He changed his name to Muhammad Ali. He said Cassius Clay was his slave name. Some people were shocked. Some were angry. But Ali stood strong. Ali kept fighting in the ring. He beat many strong boxers. But outside the ring, a big war was starting. The United States was fighting in Vietnam. In 1967, the U.S. Army wanted Ali to join the war. But Ali said no. He said, "I have no quarrel with the Viet Cong. No Viet Cong ever called me the N-word." He did not believe in the war. Because he refused to go, the government took away his title and banned him from boxing. He could not fight for over 3 years. He lost the best years of his career. He also had to go to court. But he did not give up. He spoke at colleges and churches. He talked about peace, religion, and justice. In 1970, Ali returned to the ring. People were happy to see him fight again. He was older, but still fast. In 1971, he fought Joe Frazier. It was called the fight of the century. Both men were great. The fight went 15 rounds. Frazier won. Ali lost, but he kept going. Ali later beat George Foreman in 1974 in a fight called the Rumble in the Jungle, in Zaire, now Congo. Foreman was younger and stronger. But Ali used a smart plan called rope-a-dope. He leaned on the ropes, let George get tired, and then knocked him out. Ali became champion again. In 1975, Ali fought Frazier again in the Thrilla in Manila. It was one of the toughest fights in history. Both men were hurt and tired. But Ali won. He called it the closest thing to dying. Ali was a hero around the world. People loved him not just for boxing, but for his courage, humor, and heart. He kept fighting into the late 1970s. But time was catching up with him. He was getting slower. He lost his last fights and retired in 1981. A few years later, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. It made it hard for him to move and speak. But he never stopped inspiring people. He worked for peace, helped charities, and spoke around the world. In 1996, he lit the Olympic flame in Atlanta. The world watched as he stood strong with shaking hands. People cried and cheered. They saw a true champion. Muhammad Ali died on June 3, 2016. He was 74 years old. Millions of people remembered him. He had been more than a boxer. He was a voice for the people. He was brave. He was kind. He stood for what he believed in. He once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." And that's what he did. And so, the story of Muhammad Ali, the boy who lost his bike, who became the greatest boxer of all time, who stood up for his beliefs, lives on forever.